Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Behind the Curtain with the Sound on Stage. I'm your host, Greg Heilman, and today I'm being joined by the executive producer and founder of Woodland Park Players, Linda Joss. We're going to sit and talk about their current show, Newsies, and a little bit about the Woodland Park Players themselves. So you can look at this as a kind of combination, behind the curtain, get to know a theater. So, um, but welcome to the show, Linda. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much for having me, Greg. I really appreciate it. I love
So,
what you do. I love
oh,
all your
thanks.
articles and interviews.
I appreciate that. So, yeah, I
Mhm.
want to get into Woodland Park Players, but before we do that, let's talk about Newsies. Newsies is this is going back to the original movie Newsies. It's one of my
Right.
favorite musicals. I really I love the movie. The Broadway version is fantastic, and I love that they did a streaming version of that. So it's a great story, great music. Obviously, Alan Menken can't go wrong with anything he does.
Yeah.
So I guess the first question is, what brought Newsies to Woodland Park?
It was just magic. We were fortunate that Shoreline College had space this summer, and they came to me and said, Linda, we love your company, Woodland Park Players. We've been here for 8 years doing main stage shows just with adults. And Suzanne Guger and John Nold said, could you please, if you would, could you do something with youth this summer? And I had my friends Jessica Lowe and Jeanette Legault earlier on say, Linda, you've always wanted to put kids on your stage, but you haven't done that. So why don't you do something with kids this summer? And so that happened in January. And then in March, Suzanne and John came to me, and it all just kind of was magical. It all fell into place. So we started talking about ideas we could do, and Jessica and Jeanette said, let's do a show. That's how, and we decided Newsies was it just has such good story, great dancing, great for kids. It's timely right now because it's all about, like standing up for your rights. And yeah, and it's brilliant. And we just so love these students that came to us, 19 of them that are cast in the show. They're all cast so well. So that's how it came.
So the roles are obviously mostly youth. Even the adult characters, are they kids as well?
Thank you. Actually, they're not. It's something that they thought most of the time the younger ones want to play the Newsies, and the Pulitzers and the Wiesels and that, kind of go to the older ones. So we had 7 adults from the main stage Woodland Park Players say they've got time this summer. And it's cast really well with them too. The 7 that came out are the Bowery Beauties, and they're the Snyder, the villain, and of course the mayor and the Roosevelt. And there's 7 adults that are playing those other roles. So
That's great. So
yeah,
it's directed and choreographed by Jessica Lowe, who is an award winner, one of our awards a few years ago.
yep,
Jessica's amazing.
yes,
Associate director, choreographer Alyssa Jawani. I hope I'm saying
yep, you
that
got
right.
it. Yep,
And
yep.
Shauna Avinger and Sam Peters are co-music directors. And Shauna's great. She's music directing our awards for the second year in a row, and
Oh,
she's just
fantastic.
wonderful to work with. So obviously, you said you're speaking with Jessica early on. Was everybody else lined up too? This whole production team, or is this something that fell together later?
It fell together later, and we've got a really solid, really full of. Our company is. We're not a typical company, so the main stage show is just full of like neighbors that used to do shows or have always wanted to do a show, and they come out for our show because it's an easy. We're all just friends doing it together, and we put on really good productions. But we kind of lead with the heart, and I feel like this team also. A lot of them are people that lighting design and sound in the city of Seattle, but everybody just kind of gets this vibe. It's a vibe of just what's best for the company, and just going forward with love, and just trying to be as thoughtful and compassionate as you're approaching obstacles. And it seems like everyone's just kind of fallen into place that way.
Great.
So yeah.
Yeah. And the nice thing is location-wise, so you're in Shoreline, which is a nice location between Edmonds and Seattle. There's sort of
Yeah.
this void there as you go, and I don't know if it's east, west. I'm still get turned around. You have Taproot Theater there on like
Yep.
85th or something like that, and then Shoreline is a little bit past that, and then you get to
Uh-huh.
Edmonds. So it's a
Yep.
nice little place where you guys can kind of fill a void there.
Yes.
the theater.
Yes, yes, yes. And the people, there's a lot of this campus is so beautiful and people are walking through. They always come to see our shows. Like it's a populated or it's an area that gets a lot of um people what is that called? Like just people coming through because
Like
they
foot
they like
traffic,
walk
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
foot traffic as well as yeah, they know they put on good shows. Like last year, Dewey Goo and John, the directors here, they put on this wonderful version of Cabaret that was phenomenal. So they do co-productions, and then we've just kind of been looped into their family. We feel very fortunate.
Yeah, that's great. Now,
Hmm.
sort of weaving the conversation in about Woodland Park Players, I gathered from looking at your website, you typically just do the one show per year. So this is sort
Yes,
of an add-on, right? Because as you were
yes,
saying, for the kids.
yes. And add-on, we've done one other show like that. We did Disenchanted a handful of years ago, and then we're doing this one. And so yes, it's we're trying it. We're trying it. We're going to see how it works, and I'm going to see if it all comes together again next year. Next year, but at this point, we got the opportunity. We jumped at it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it seems like a great alternative to as far as the youth go. There's always camps. Everybody's got the acting camps and things like that, but this seems like it gives the kids a chance to put on a full, show
Yeah.
that's like a step above what they might get out of a typical acting camp, maybe.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. That is true. Jessica and Jeanette and Alyssa have created a pre-professional program that I think they're really stepping up and creating. I mean, from the props to the costumes to the sound to the lighting, there's real high expectation, and the kids are all stepping up. They're from all over, and I think they're really stepping up. I think they should be very proud of themselves. I believe they are really proud of themselves. The notes that they're getting every night and just how serious everybody is. But at the same time, the coolest thing is watching the youngers kind of approach all of us. Like every time any of the older people walk in or people they don't know, they're like, "Hi, who are you? Great, glad you're here." Like there's just such a good, positive vibe. So yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned, I was going to ask you where the kids are coming from. You said sort of all over. So Seattle, are they coming from, like, I'm over in Port Orchard, so I'm on a
Ah,
peninsula. Are they coming
oh,
across the water on the ferry too, or is
oh,
it just all basically on that side?
yes. We go. I think we go as far north as Everett.
Wow,
But I
that's a
couldn't.
hike.
Yeah, that's a hike. And then I couldn't tell you that a bunch from Seattle, of course. There are, I think, a couple from Shoreline. And then I don't know how south we go or how east or west, to be honest with you, but I
Yeah.
do know there's some from Everett. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't know the exact demographics right now.
Well, that's sort of what I was getting. I mean, you have people coming from a decent distance away,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
So how long has Woodland Park Players been around?
Since 2016.
Okay.
So we've done one show a year since 2016, except this show and then another year when we did Disenchanted. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. What, since you're obviously a founder
Uh-huh.
of the organization, what was the impetus for getting the group started?
Well, I stole the idea from a group in Ann Arbor. They're called the Burns Park Players. We're the Woodland Park Players. In Burns Park, I moved to a neighborhood there in Ann Arbor. It's the Ann Arbor area. And I moved there because the website said, if you live in our neighborhood, you can't get cut from our show. And so I'm like, right on. Like there's no fail, right? So I did, that was in 2007, 2008. I did Beating the Beast. And I had a great time, and I met all these neighbors I wouldn't have typically met, and I became friends with people I wouldn't have been friends with. They have just they put on one show a year as well. They give all their profits away, so they've done their show almost 40 years now, once a year, and they've given over $330,000 a year or away so far back to the programs in the Ann Arbor area, the student art programs. So I took that exact idea. I came back to Seattle a handful of years later in 2016, and I started a company that was all pretty much neighborhood based. We said you can't get cut. There were 44 of us on stage. And we did Oklahoma with Sarah. Why am I blanking on her name? It'll come to me in a minute. So our good friend Sarah, she directed us, and we put on Oklahoma, and it was wonderful. So then we did it every year, and every year we started. First year we started our board, and since then we've been in full on nonprofit, and we have I think, gotten better and better every year. We've had wonderful directors that have just lifted that bar, right, every time. So we've just been, I think we've gotten stronger every year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ann Arbor, I assume you mean Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Sorry,
So
yes.
yeah, which is a
Yes, yes.
beautiful area. I spent
Yeah.
a number of weeks there on a project a long time ago, back
Oh,
around
good.
2000.
Yeah.
But yeah, University of Michigan is just another
Yes.
beautiful
Go blue.
campus. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great campus. And it reminded me a lot of Seattle while I was there, just a smaller version of it.
Yeah, I could see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm going back on your website through all of the shows, and
Mhm.
you've done a number of shows that are well known. You've done
Okay.
some that you
Yep.
don't see every, theater do.
Right.
And first of
What
all,
popped out at you, Greg? What
well,
popped out at you?
I mean, you've got As You Like It, but I mean, what pops out at me is the costumes. The
Oh,
costumes
yeah.
in these shows, I'm looking at these pictures, are just really
Yeah.
exquisite. I mean, for lack of a better word.
Yeah. Yeah. It makes me so happy.
Yeah.
One costumer is a person that's always in our shows, and she just loves it, and she's so good at it. Her name's Jen Clemens. And then Amanda Horde found out about us. I had a karaoke night, and she said, "Linda, I really like this vibe. I really like you guys. I'll help you." And then found out that she kind of like the rest of our group, like a lot of people in our group are with us, but they had been in theater before, like in their high school and college, gave it up to make money and raise kids or whatever, and then they came back to it through us. And so Amanda was one of those people that had done costuming for quite a few shows, but then gave it up and started working full time doing other stuff. And we're so lucky to have her as well. So Jen and Amanda have been this fantastic team, along with a bunch of other people. But yeah, so costumes always get a lot of rave reviews, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know why I said As You Like It. I was thinking about Nice Work If You Can
Oh,
Get It.
sure, sure, sure.
So,
I know what you mean. I know what you
yeah,
meant.
which isn't a show you see every day. So,
Uh-huh.
which leads me to my next question about philosophy of programming. What do you look
Oh,
for? I guess first of all, how are shows chosen? Is it
oh.
kind of a committee? Is it you? How does that work there?
Yes, it is. Usually it's committee. So we're always looking for a ensemble show. We are always looking for something that gives as many people as possible a moment, because they spend their 7, 8 weeks rehearsing. So I want everybody to feel like it's worth it when their kids and their families come see them, that mom or dad or aunt or uncle aren't in the back the whole time. They're actually like on stage. A couple of shows have been pretty, a strong, several handful of leads, and then a few big ensemble dances. But one show that we didn't choose, we chose the director. So Ruben Van Kempen was a director that we had all these wonderful shows. We could have done Mamma Mia. We handed him all these fantastic shows. We were like, "Here you are, Ruben. What would you like to do? We want you. We're so excited to work with you." And he went, "You know what? I want to do Cats." And I was like, "What?" Of course, he's brilliant, so he knew it was the best show for us. And it was a great ensemble show. We had a blast doing it. Everybody had a moment. Like, it was so much fun. So we did do Cats. But usually it's mostly like trying to get people on stage as much as possible. And we love to dance. Like, there's a lot of people that are dancers in our group, even though we're plus or minus 5 years of 50, or maybe we're now plus or minus 5 years of 60, most of us. But we all, people that like to dance, still are taking dance lessons and all that. So we try to make it a dance show. We try to make it a good feeling show. And this year we're doing a show that I can't officially call out. We do have the rights to a show. I can't officially tell you out loud what the show is, but it's going to be a wonderful one. So we'll be able to be shouting that out in January, and we'll do our show in March. But most of our shows, Young Frankenstein, we did great ensemble show. Of course, Anything Goes, and Oklahoma was a great ensemble show, and a lot of them. That's really what we're looking for, Greg, is just to try to get as much time for people as possible, so the kids can see their families, and their families can see them.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen young Frankenstein.
Yeah, Frankenstein.
And I mean, you've got a who's who of directors. Scott Charles Anderson directed that. Mark Robbie
Yep,
did the music direction on that.
yep,
And these are
yep.
people that do professional shows
Yeah,
across the area.
yeah.
So I'm sure, and obviously I haven't seen any of your shows yet, which is going to change next year.
Yeah, I hope so.
Sure.
That'd be great.
But the level of quality that I know that they bring to the shows have to make your shows just really wonderful to see.
Yeah, and they're all heart too. They come to us knowing who we are, which we're a little quirky, like I think every theater is. Um, but I feed people really well, and we just try our best to care for people, and I think it resonates. I think it does work if you kind of go with your heart first instead of your ego. We do that as much as we absolutely can, and everybody that's ever worked with us has tried their best to do that too. Most of the time, succeeding. So
Great. Well, so Newsies runs the 31st through August 2nd
you got it.
at
Yep.
Shoreline College Theatre.
Yep.
Um, and obviously, we can't talk about one of my questions is always what's next. We kind of talked about what's next in kind of I guess, an ethereal sense that you have something coming up, but you can't announce it until January. So we'll look forward to that. How can people, if they want to support Woodland Park Players, are you looking for volunteers? Can
Oh
people go
yeah.
to the website and donate?
All that. Yeah, we've gotten really fortunate with people that come to our shows and they just love the vibe. We usually have a full orchestra in every one of our shows, 24 to 25, like 100% volunteer, fantastic musicians come out and play for us. So that's fun. So people definitely donate, which is wonderful. That's on our website. And then the helping part, like we've had people kind of come out of the blue with that we work every Saturday in January and February in the set shop at Gilbert and Sullivan's space, which is in Crown Hill in Ballard, and we're there every Saturday, and we're building our set. So set team is its own community. It's really a cool thing. I think people really they enjoy it. You know, they go there for community, and then costumes is another thing we do. Also that at Gilbert and Sullivan, we we do our costume setup there, and we have a wonderful props person that so everybody does need help, and if anybody wants to ever do something fun and can be hard but do it, have a good time and feel good about the production, they can reach out to me anytime and I will set them up with the right person.
Great. Yeah, and
Yep.
it seems like I mean, looking through the schedule, most of your shows have they always run in March? Obviously, the next
Yes,
one's in March,
they
Frankenstein.
do. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. We line our, because winter is kind of gray and dreary. So being
Yeah.
inside doing this fun stuff is good. Summer has been a little bit harder to find help. My husband always says you can find cast all day long, but it's the second group of those volunteers, like the crew, the people running front of house, whatnot. That's a little bit harder in the summer, but in the winter, people are available. So, yeah, it's a
Great.
good time. Yeah.
All right. Well, Linda Joss, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about
Yay.
both Newsies and Woodland Park Players. I wish I could make it this weekend. Unfortunately, we've got our nominee announcement and some other things going on,
Sure.
but I'm sure it's going to be good. And I can't wait to see what you guys offer next year.
Tell you what, you're not going to want to miss it. It is a hot show that a lot of people will be doing. We're so proud we're doing it, and we're going to do
Awesome.
a great job of it with Scott Charles Anderson, Mark Robbie, and wonderful team. Oh, Natalia Chiznicka too. She's our choreographer.
Oh,
So
great.
it's going to be wonderful. Yeah. So
Okay.
look us up in January. We'll announce it like crazy then.
Definitely. We'll have to get you back on to talk about that.
I'd love that. Thank you. Really nice to meet you, Greg.
And nice to meet you too, Linda. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you.
So, Linda Joss, you're the executive producer and founder of Woodland Park Players. Thank you so
Yep.
much for taking the time. And
Yep.
for all of you out watching or listening, thank you for tuning in to this episode of Behind the Curtain with the Sound on Stage. I'm Greg Heilman, and until next time, I will see you at the stage door.
Yay. Thank you, Greg.